え、
I was 4
わかんない
when
わかんない。
Wilson disappeared.
11歳？扉の絵描いてるね。消えてバイバイって意味がわかんないんだけど。
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
これだよね。奴が言ってたの。すごいおしゃれなんだけど、こう、おしゃれ。住んでみたい。これに書いて消えましたってアホじゃないの？
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
言ってて行き止まりなの？ただの行き止まりなの？ただの行き止まりなのかと。なんて無駄なルート。存在が無駄なルート。お、上に繋がってた。
Mom definitely blamed
これは
me,
ちょっと面
but
白いね。
I think Lewis blamed himself.
そっか、
After
家
he
の形すごか
graduated,
った
he
も
just
んな。
spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room.
近
Except
くで見る。ちょ
Lewis.
っと意味がわかんないけど。まずはこっちだよな。いや、雑だな、突然。突然家の上にボートそのまま乗せてるじゃねえか、これ。
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them.
下手だった。
He died a lot.
よく死んでたっけ？
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Huh? 何？うん。これなんか左操作。
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
通れない系？なんだけど。
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
何が
I worried about him then.
このさ、魚と同時進行で、この左も動かすとかいう謎のゲームが始まるんだけど。
But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
うわ、右に文字書きやがった。
Like a
畜
whole
生。
new Lewis. so I let
止
him
ま
go
っちゃ
on.
う。小させてしまいました。ラ
I
グ
even
ったって。
encouraged him.
増やしました。
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
新しい友達ができたと言ってい
On the
たん
edge
で
of a
す。
city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
ミュージシャンを作り上げた。ドラゴンクエスト
And
か。
songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
どうしたどうした。
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
うん。
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
さまよい始めていた。
It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
セントルイス。
He started drifting away from our reality.
私の上にから遠ざかり始めていた。
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother
するの
pleaded
忘れ
with
まし
him,
た。
part of Lewis kept sailing on.
おかしくなっちゃった。
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful
あ、なん
prince.
か俺間違えたな。
The prince was on his own quest for
適当。
sinister serpents.
うん。
He followed the sound of his
エレキシタールを辿った。
electric sitar.
ちょっと意味はわかんないけど。頭かゆい。
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
そう。
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In
へい。
his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
労働セーブ入ったね、多分。
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the
黄金の
one
基
climbing
準
the
に
steps of a
続かれる
golden
のは俺
palace.
自分だと気づいた。意味がわからんないよ。精神異常者なんだよ、ただの。
My imagination is as real as my
自分
body.
の想像、自分
he
の
told
体
me.
は同じくらい本物だ、なんだ、というの
It
で
was
す。
hard to argue with him.
これには反応しづらかった。入っちゃった。
これ、正しいリストってこれ。クソ頭悪いと思うんだよ、これ今。俺正しいリストってこれ。正しいこれ。このゲームバグってない？大丈夫？おかしいと思うよ、こんなぐるぐるさせるってわざわざ。操作者本人ゲロ吐くと思うよ、こんなのやつだな。合ってんこれ。変な最高のこと聞こえるけどさ。こうでしたよっていう話やん。ほんとこれ。
何がふざけんな。ふざけんな。意味がわからんのじゃん。何がどうなったんだよ。
We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
What's that on? おい。何もしてねえだろ、お前。
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was going to
汚すぎるだろ。
crown king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
助言しようと言い張った懸命な三毛猫の姿も。何？精神異常者の極致ですか？変なとこ行ってみよう。いけないわ。
His prince waited, holding his crown.
王子が待機している。
There was only one thing left to do.
あとすることはただ一つ。死ぬん。
Bend down his head.
頬を垂れること。死ぬじゃん、これ。
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
ちょっと意味がわかんなかったな。自分で死んだの。
My brother was really cool.
あ
I
あ。
wish you could have met him.
精神異常者ってことだよな、普通にな。